Brian Palavaro here with Ellie Greenwood, champion of the 2012 UROC 100k. Congratulations, Ellie.
Thank you.
Yet another win this year. Where do you store all the trophies?
Yeah, it's some are in the cupboard, they get rotated or whatever, right? But you can never have too many trophies, to be honest.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. This one was well earned. You didn't have a whole lot of pressure on the women's side. Reagan Petrie ran a smart and consistent race. She was always a present. You had to worry about her, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously she'd won it last year, so apart from anything, she knew the course, which I didn't. So, and she won it in like a good time last year. I was a little tired, so I thought, well, if I'm a bit tired and she has a good day and that kind of stuff. And I was getting feedback of how far back she was, and I was like, well, if she stays that far back, I'm okay. But, I couldn't afford to sort of like slow down at the end.
Yeah.
It was like, there's a gap, but, it could get eaten into. So,
yes. But on the other hand, you had a large number of very competitive guys ahead of you.
Yes.
And you managed to catch a good number of them.
Yeah. It was, partly it was nice to catch them to kind of, it's always nice just like, you feel, okay, I'm running faster than the person
somebody else,
ahead or that kind of stuff. And I then did, kind of get into my head like, oh, top 10 would be cool. And when we had on the Dragon's back, had like the turnaround, so I'm counting them coming through and stuff. And I think I was about 12th at that point, right? And why not, right? It's if it keeps you pushing and keeps you going a little bit more, and just that, picking people off, it's good. Yeah.
Saw you at mile 15, the Reed's Gap aid station the first time, and you were like, we're so lonely out here.
It was crazy. Like I was just like on my own, and I don't mind running on your own, like you accept as ultra running, like it's kind of part of it. I think particularly because you're on road. Like if you're on trail, you're sort of distracted by the terrain and that kind of stuff. But it was just like, there was a guy, I guess, like not that far behind me, but you literally you couldn't see anyone.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to have maybe about 10 hours of this. But then of course, you get that out and back, and then, I started catching a few guys or that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
So was that nice? Did you have any, I know at CCC you had a great French dialogue with an Irish runner.
Today I found probably the only other Brit that lives in Canada that was on the course. So that was quite funny. Alistair had gone a little the wrong way, so then, he rerouted, ended up with him. And that was good because I'd gone through a little lull. So then I was like, okay, I was quite keen to keep with him. And, so we ran together for a little bit, and just a bit of chit chat is always nice. So that was towards the end. So that was cool.
So is this your slowest 100k win?
Sorry?
Was this your slowest 100k win?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've not run many 100Ks, right? And
all the World 100K
others have been, on pancake flat little circles. I've only actually finished one other 100K.
Okay.
Of course, I won the 100K one year, and then the next year I dropped out.
Yeah.
So, but I think the course was faster than last year. I guess they've made some adjustments.
Yes.
But even so, I'm happy with my time.
Oh, yeah.
I ran kind of faster than I might have thought. So,
yes, yeah. But say you're coming from you've had to run a 100k on the roads before, and an excellent 100k on the roads. Yeah. How much did you have to shift your, your pacing and your, strategy, I guess, on the day for?
I think I treated this a bit more like a 50 miler. I know that's like a strange thing to say, but I feel I've run quite a lot of 50 milers, and okay, you've got that 20k more, that kind of thing. But I definitely use the roads to my advantage. I always feel uphills are my weaknesses. So if we were on trails and whatever, I'd feel that was maybe where I was losing some time. And then if we got out onto road, I was like, okay, I might as well use my road speed, because I've probably got more road speed than some of the people out here who are probably more from a trail background.
Yeah. Did you have any lulls or any problems or any issues out there?
It was a day of oh, I'm not feeling great. Oh, I feel okay. No, I'm not. Oh, I feel okay. I really went sort of up and down. My stomach was okay all day, but kind of never great. So that's never wonderful, right? And there was bits sometimes where I feel I was walking and I shouldn't be walking and that kind of stuff.
I think I caught you once.
Yeah, I think you caught me once, yes. You probably didn't get much of a response.
You did start running.
But yeah, no, I mean it was cool. Like more towards the end, at least there was people out there, whether it was yourself or the people at the aid stations, or catching some of the slower 50k runners. So that got you up. And yeah, a little shout out to David Horton, who was absolutely wonderful. Just
the David Horton who puts on him.
Yeah, he was fantastic, right? He was. He offered me, he came along in the car and was like, do you want some fries at the next bit? And I thought he was kind of joking, and then he did have some fries and I was like, well, I feel kind of sick, so no, not really. But no, I mean, it's lovely to have people out there like that, right, that sort of, just a familiar face, to take you sort of from point to point along the course. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on a great win here this weekend,
Thank
Ellie,
you so
and
much.
on a great season.
Thank you.
See you around.
Yeah, that first bit. A little bit hard.
What? It's just 100k.
I mean 98 actually, according to my watch.
We can do a couple laps of the parking lot.
No.
You're
Okay.
settled?
If that hill had been 2k longer, I'd have gone crazy. So.
Understandable. All right.